Hey everyone, this is Kasha Rashfal coming to you live from a very smoky Kelowna. We've got forest fires in the whole Okanagan, and unfortunately, thousands of hectares of forest are on fire, and so we're getting the smoke. And unfortunately, it smells like camping in the whole city. But what are you gonna do? It's that kind of season. So I'm just sharing my live here. I've got a super awesome. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna close my window. Pretty noisy out there. All right. Got a super awesome topic. Hey, Allison. Good to see you. I'm so glad you're on. A follow-up to last week, because last week I talked about what happens when your intuition goes quiet. And since then, things have really gotten loud for me, and I want to talk about that a little bit. So for those of you who are new to me, my name is Kasha Rashfal. I am an intuitive emotional healer and mindset coach, and I work with the wisdom of the Akashic Records. So mainly helping spiritual women entrepreneurs really heal the old stories that they live with that prevent them from being confident, being clear, um, going out there and like making the impact in the world that they want to make without fear, without any of the crap that tends to keep us bogged down. Oh, hey, Lori, good to see you. I haven't talked to you in forever. I hope you're doing good. So if you have comments or questions, please just pop them into the comments and they will scroll up for me and then I can read them. So last week, or maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I can't remember now, I did a live talking about why our intuition gets quiet and what to do when that happens. And so for me, it got quiet, and basically what you do is you do everything you know, and you get back into a place of clarity, because where you're clear is, or when you're sitting in a place of clarity, that's when more clarity comes. And so the main message that I received in that time that I was working on was I needed to get really clear on what it is that I want to keep and what it is that I want to get rid of. So it's like a spring cleaning, but it's not spring. It's like the first week of summer, right? Or the first couple weeks of summer. So I was really surprised about the energy of this whole month, actually. I've never felt it before. And the last probably 4 or 5 days, I've just been exhausted. My body, my mind, even though I'm eating really clean, I'm sleeping as much as I possibly can. Not great sleep, but it's like so something's going on, and I kept getting these messages, these like intuitive hits, and I hear my intuition in three different ways. I feel it, I physically feel it, I feel it in my emotions, I hear it, and then I receive words and like mainly single words, but also thought blocks. So that might be four different ways. But all of those things have been like screaming at me to stop everything I'm doing and really take like an inventory of all the balls I have up in the air, so to speak. And I've never had that in July. Like typically I have that in the beginning of the year, or if I'm setting out on a new project or something. But this is like take a stock of everything, and only keep what actually really fits what I really want to do. And it was scary because I thought, well, but I love everything I do, so why do I need to do this? Um, the truth is, though, I haven't had the energy to do everything I do. I've been too tired and too exhausted and not sleeping well. So it's like, okay, great. So I'm not going to get the energy until I do this work. And so that's, I called this video How to Find Your Truth in 2 Steps, because it's really that simple, right? Notice where you're at and notice what your intuition is actually telling you. I have a feeling, because I've had chats about this with other women that I'm in touch with. Our intuition is turned up the volume again, right? It's telling us stuff, and are we listening? So get quiet and figure out what is it actually telling you to do. That's step one. Um, it might be telling you to do something that you might find scary. It might be telling you something that you don't actually want to do because you think, well, great, now it's talking to me again. I'm just going to business as usual, keep going forward, right? It doesn't work that way. If we want to grow and if we want to evolve to whatever is next for us, both individually and as a collective, we gotta listen to what we're being told from our highest self, from our guides, all that, all those wonderful beings of source that are guiding us forward. And you can ask, make sure that that's for your highest good, for the highest good of everyone connected to you, and then listen again. What's it telling you? So that's step one, is really hear, like really, really hear. What are you being told? And if you have trouble hearing your own intuition, it means there's shit standing in your way that you need to clear out so that you can hear it, because everybody has that voice. Everybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are, what you've done, what you haven't done. You have that voice. You just maybe haven't practiced listening to it. So my intuition's been telling me to shut up, sit down, and really take inventory of what the heck I have, what the heck I don't want to do anymore. Thank you for the hearts. All that stuff, like really, like I was a retail store, right? Just close the doors, shut the business down, and take inventory. So finally I'm like, okay, well, that makes no sense, but fine, okay. And I realized I really don't want to run my blog anymore. I just don't. As much as it filled me up in the beginning, now it feels like a chore. And so I decided, you know what? I do all kinds of other things. I do the videos, I have a YouTube channel, all these things. I don't want to do my blog anymore. And so I've decided I'm going to shut it down. I'm just going to stop writing it. Stop. Thank you for the hearts, right? And I had someone say to me, ooh, I wonder what that will make the space for. And I just got this delicious feeling come over me because I never thought of it that way, right? Never thought of it that way. When we have the courage to say yes to what it is that no longer fits in our life and say yes to getting rid of it, it creates this space for being able to bring in who knows what, right? Who knows what. And so blog's going to be shut down probably this week or next. Allison says, yes, great perspective. Right, I know, like it totally shifted me in that moment, and it gave me the courage to then be like, okay, what else do I have on my plate that I actually don't want on my plate anymore? So I took the weekend off, I was unplugged, I read a book, I hung out with my daughter, my husband, then I rearranged a bunch of furniture, cleaned out a bunch of stuff. Didn't do any work though, like nothing work related. And I decided, you know what? It's okay, because I don't have to work 24 hours a day, right? Nobody has to do that. I have to trust that the work I'm doing is enough, that I take responsibility for the balls that are in my court, and then the universe can do what it does, right? Thank you for the hearts. And so here I am this morning, and again, I had a shitty sleep. I woke up exhausted, and I'm like, what the hell? But as I'm sitting here, taking care of the things that need to be taken care of, I keep hearing that voice. Do the inventory, decide, feel, right? And so I thought, okay, great, that's what I'm going to do. But first, I'm going to talk about it because I know I'm not the only one going through this. If you're live or if you're watching the replay, oh, hey, Ashley, good to see you. Are you experiencing this in this month of July, which is like the middle of the year? Are you experiencing this invitation to take inventory of what you've got, to really drill down and figure out what is your truth? So step one was really hearing it. Step two, guess what? No surprise, actually doing the work. That's it. Step one, hear it. Step two, do the work. Ashley says, oh, hey, I thought I was in the replay, caught you live. Yeah, you're totally live. I'm so glad you're joining me. It's great to see you. Root work, yes, right? It's like drilling down and taking inventory. And so I know in the past I would have been massively disappointed by these two steps, because they require us to take responsibility. They require us to step up and show up and be more of who we are, right? More of who we already are. And that is freaking scary. One of my greatest fears, and I don't think I've ever actually even shared this out loud because I've been so scared, is that I will be asked to do something by the universe that I'm too afraid to do or that I am incapable of doing. There you have it. Now it's out in public now. I've said it on the internet. So there it is. I've been afraid of asking for big things because I have been afraid of what could I possibly be asked back from the universe? What will the universe ask me back to do? Um, that maybe I won't be capable of doing, right? Thank you for the hearts. And the truth is, it's none of that fear is true, right? We are never given more than we can handle, and having admitted that to myself and having sort of put it out there and shared it, it took the power out of the fear, right? Because when I look back over my life and all the stuff that I've done, the really scary, hard stuff, um, I didn't know what it was going to be, right? But I did it. I showed up and I did it. So what is it that, why am I afraid of moving forward and asking for big things, especially now with all the knowledge and the power, the empowerment that I remembered I have, right? So again, this month is difficult because it's making me really take a look and really be honest. So hear where you are and then do the work. That's it. That's the power. So Ashley says, I love these steps. Internal we have inventory. The actions we take. I love this message of ownership. Yeah. Thank you. Exactly, right? It's like owning our stuff, owning the actions we take, and being responsible to yourself and to everything that you want in a whole new way. It's so important to do. So there you go. That's the work now. And what you'll find, and this is something that I can talk about because I've experienced this, is when you do this work, it might feel like so much to take on and oh my gosh, it just feels so big. Don't worry about that. Do one thing at a time. The first thing you could do is brain dump, right? Make a list of all the things. Actually write down the inventory of all the things and then sit with each one and feel into it and tune into it. And if it's a hell yes, great, keep it on the list. If it's a hell no, get it out of there, right? We don't have time to waste on stuff that we don't really want to do. And of course, there are responsibilities that maybe aren't so easily gotten rid of, but maybe you can ask for help, or maybe you can, over time figure out a different way to approach it so that it doesn't feel like such a heavy thing, you know? And again, depending on what the responsibility is, that will dictate the action. So be courageous, be brave, do the work, tell yourself the truth. Those are, that's it. That's like the magic pills that I spent years looking for, and all of a sudden discovered that they're actually inside me. They're inside all of us. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me live. Thank you to everyone who watches the replay. I will post this video also on my YouTube channel. If you want to head over there and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And if you need help going through this, like if you're really struggling emotionally, because this is such an emotional journey, right? Reach out, please. This is where I shine the most. This is where I love to help spiritual women with the emotional healing, because it doesn't have to be a lonely journey. It doesn't have to be difficult. I would love to chat with you. I'd love to support you on this. So please reach out and have an amazing week. I will see you soon.